And there we go. Ba-boom. Hello, Lloyd.
How do, Mel?
Oh, I
How you
do.
doing, my
I
friend?
reckon I do. I do. Sometimes I
You
don't,
do.
but
All
most of the
right.
time I do.
Yeah,
Now let's
yeah,
get this
yeah.
right out
I
of the
know.
way. Flight crew. Ready, set, drone. Spin up. October 19th. Austin, Texas. Be there. That's right.
Be
Dan,
there.
Drone
Okay.
Worship, Chris Hope, welcome. Thank you for being here. Rick Halber, Art, Backwoods Droner, little brother, I appreciate you. EO, otherwise known as Exploration Obsession, TMC
Oh,
Drone, Coast to Coast, that would be Bill Thomas. Oh, man. Now I see this name in here that bothers me, this grumpy vlogger guy. What's he doing? I don't know.
yeah, I know. He's a cranky old fart. I don't know
Yeah,
why he
boy,
keeps coming around. He bothers me all the time.
does he? Man, I tell
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
somebody ought to pull his plug, cut his coax.
You'd think. Yeah, yeah. You'd think somebody
Jody,
would.
drone shots. Peter Carroll, AZ Drone. Who else we got? I think that's pretty much. I think that pretty much
Uh,
covers there. Oh, Brent
yeah.
Nunley's
Did
in
you
the
get?
house too.
Yeah, Brent Nunley, and you got. Yeah,
Rick
you got
Halber,
Arizona and a
Brent.
drone
Yep.
dude.
Ron
Yeah.
Lockwood's able to make it. That's
Ron
cool.
Lockwood, yes, yes, yeah.
All right. All right. Now, uh, I want to share a little bit of something with everybody. I want to
Okay.
see. I want to see if this works, Lloyd. I'm gonna push this little button right here, and it's not working. Why isn't it working? Of course, it's not working.
Is it the one? Is it the one we worked on today?
Yeah.
Oh, click on your screen. Click on your vMix uh, set.
There it goes. Okay, I
Yeah.
didn't know I had to do that.
Otherwise, you just typed a bunch of zeros in your chat
No,
window.
I didn't type in chat. I clicked off a chat, but I didn't know I had to click on that screen too, though. Okay.
Yeah,
All
you got
right,
to click
guys,
back off of.
check this
Yeah,
out. We got confetti cannons. What do you think of that?
that's cool.
How cool is that? Now, every time somebody does a super chat,
I was working on mine too. Oops, hang on. Every time I do that, though, I got to turn your sound back on.
Drone Worship
Okay.
said, damn it, man, you just made me duck for cover in the middle of Walmart. Oh.
Yeah.
So, anyway, different people do different things when they get a super chat. So, what happens here on this channel is we get confetti cannons, kind of like that. Not to be confused with gunfire, like that.
Yeah, I don't even have my. Where is that? I've lost my.
So,
There it is. Yeah.
anyway, uh, you need to make an what? Lip,
What do you say?
leg, and pee? No, no, Jody, no.
You need to
I
make.
can do that. But I
You can
made,
make an
hello, old goat,
inspired caucus leg and.
I made those confetti cannons in After Effects, y'all. How
Yep.
cool is that? That's pretty cool, I think. Not only because they're confetti cannons, but they're cool because I made them.
Yes, and he shared them with me, as you guys can see.
Hello, Kiwi. Thank you, Kiwi. I appreciate that. I'm never this Walmart again. Like crazy shootouts left and right. Changing room. Apparently, the arsenal rack is for this regime.
I'm coming to
Hello,
Walmart
Mike
again.
B.
This piece of.
Yeah. So, as
Uh,
everybody knows now, Lloyd, watch this now. You're going to be proud of me here. I got a
okay.
whole bunch of buttons all set up, right?
Okay.
So when I push this one here, it's going to go full screen on me. And then I push this one here, it goes full screen on you. And then I
Yep.
push this one here, it goes back to us. How cool
Excellent.
is that?
You've been busy. That's
And when
cool.
I push this one here, it'll go to my auxiliary camera with a frozen picture of Dan. And then I can come back to this one, see?
That's just frightening.
Yeah, right?
Go back to that one again. That one was frightening.
That one? Yeah, isn't that cool? How cool is that?
Yeah, we'll use that for our Halloween intro.
Yeah, okay. There you go. And then let's see. I think I got something over here on this one. Yep, that's my share screen for later when we have the drawing. RDFPV, welcome.
Good.
Yep. See, I got that all set up and ready to go for the drawing.
I am proud of you, Mel.
And let's see. I got some other stuff too, like I think this one here is going to play a video right here like that I have to restart, obviously. And then that one brings it full screen.
Hey everybody, Mel here, 400
and that
ATL.
one takes it out, and then I want to put it away because I don't want to play it yet, see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, we were having a discussion when you could talk to me earlier today when we were talking about the confetti cannon and stuff and how to do that. You were saying, you couldn't find where it's if this, then this, otherwise than that.
If this, then that,
You
yeah.
can. Yeah. They're called triggers. And yes, that's how you do it. You set up triggers.
Oh, okay, so I have to set up a trigger for that then.
Yeah, yeah. In other words, you can have it like after you play confetti cannons, it can go back to your main shot,
Right.
When this is finished, go to this,
Right.
or you press the button and then have it set up with a trigger at the end of that shot to go back to the previous shot or go on to the next shot. Yeah, that's what you were looking for. So
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll have to set that up then.
but I didn't think of that when we were talking about it because I
I'd
wasn't
like
in front
it
of
to
my
be
computer.
automatic. I'd like to be automatic when somebody does a super chat that it just automatically triggers them cannons.
Well, I don't know if it will. That'll have to be triggered in probably a third party thing. I think they do that with. You're going to have to just push the button, but
I can push the button, no problem.
that'll work. That's probably the
Hello,
easiest.
Joe's Drone Life. Jeff Ellenberger's in the house. Welcome, y'all. That's Grill Billy on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff. Yeah.
Well, Jeff's going to make a different channel. He's got a different channel name that he's going to be growing, guys. So let's
Oh,
not
is he?
get carried
Okay.
away with that one. Yeah, because he's going to do Indiana
All right.
Grill Billy.
Oh,
I think he's already
yeah,
got it all set up.
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
he's got it all set up already.
Yeah.
So anyway, so
Actually, I think I may have subscribed to that one because I think he's got it started.
on
I remember
Facebook,
looking
yeah.
at it
I know he's got it
Yeah.
going on Facebook.
on Facebook. That might be where.
Yeah. So one of the things I'd like to talk about tonight, Lloyd, is FAA regulation.
Absolutely, yes.
Do you know anything
couple of
about?
things that
Do you know anything about FAA?
I do.
Do you?
Well,
But you're not a 107
little.
pilot.
No,
You're not a
but,
drone pilot. You're a
I'm
vlogger.
not. I'm a vlogger who flies a drone. You notice I got a drone on my desk right there.
Well, I made that one for you. I built that drone.
Well, I know,
Yeah.
but still, I got a drone on my desk, so I must count for something. I must know a little bit.
You must know
But
something.
no,
if
I'm
you
not-
Got drones. Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
part
well,
107, but I do know a lot about it. Because I belong to the drone circle. I don't know what we've called ourselves, but that seems to be what it is. It's like the magic circle. Well, we're the drone circle.
Yeah. the
And all
witches
these
group.
guys here are part of that group.
Yep.
And
So what's the rule
I-
about flying over houses in residential areas?
it's not acceptable.
Oh, now wait a minute.
There's no hard, firm, and fast rule. You can't hover over people. And now that part I'm not. There's another part I do know about, but that part I've been getting mixed signals from several different places, so
I'm
I didn't
talking
get to
about-
research that one.
I'm talking about from the FAA, the people that
From the
actually
FAA,
govern the
yeah.
airspace.
I did
Okay?
not look that one up, but
There is no
from
rule
what
about flying
well,
over residential.
flying over. That's what I thought
There's
because
no
I
minimum altitude you have to fly at. There's nothing. There is a courtesy of not hovering in people's backyards if their wife is out there
right.
sunbathing naked, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
you don't want to deliberately
Well, you
invade
can't
someone's
fly.
privacy.
Yeah, you
And
can't
if you
fly
hover,
over people or cars.
yeah, you can't fly over crowds of people. You can't fly over roads with traffic on them.
Cars. Right, right.
Right. Um.
Yeah,
So
that's what I was thinking about.
oh, okay. So move that residential lot into the city, a big city,
Okay, right.
downtown Muskogee, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Dallas,
Yeah,
anywhere,
right. Yeah.
any major city USA.
If they
Um,
have a, the only
what
thing that would affect that is if they have a flight restriction in place for whatever reason, either a
a,
temporary or
a
a
T,
permanent flight
right,
restriction.
right, and that would have to be issued by the
The FAA.
FAA. Exactly.
Yes.
Now, airports and airport managers and those guys that are in those authority type positions can issue temporary flight restrictions. They can
Yes.
issue a TFR for their airport or their area or a large area, but typically
Yeah.
the
What is that?
major ones are going to be issued by the FAA.
Right. What is that app that you can use?
There's a
Uh,
couple of them. There's Air Maps.
but
There's Kitty
yeah.
Hawk.
Yeah, but there's a particular thing that they require you to register your flight your to request a flight restriction under. It just
Lance.
became available, huh?
Lance.
Lance, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and that just became available to. I think it's last month,
Oh,
or is it the end of July?
it's been available sooner than that. There's
It's
in certain
it's.
cities.
Let me verify. Let me qualify that comment. Is I didn't finish. I couldn't remember the name. So once you said it, I qualify that it's been available for hobbyists in the last month or so. Prior to that,
Yes.
it wasn't rolled out for hobbyists. We had that discussion one other time.
Right.
Remember?
Right. Now it's
And
available
at
to
that
everybody.
point, now it's available
Yeah.
for everybody. Yeah,
But now,
and that's how you.
what determines whether or not you're a hobby flyer? The moment you take flight, what determines whether or not you're a hobby flyer?
Whether you're doing it for money,
That's right. If you're
whether it's in the furtherance of business, whether it's here on YouTube and you're monetized and you're selling monetized
yep,
video, or
yep,
whether you're doing it for, Bubba next door who runs the real estate office and he's giving you $60 worth of free beer,
yep.
and you got a super
Fly
chat. There you go.
natural. Look at that. That was
All right.
automatic, Lloyd. The cannons went off automatically.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Roosevelt.
Yeah,
Uh,
very very good
yes.
of you, Roosevelt.
And what determines whether or not you can take $60 worth of beer for taking pictures of your neighbors?
You have to have a Part 107 license, an FAA
Certification.
Part 1
It's
part
not a license, it's a
certification.
certification,
Yeah, license
right.
certification.
Yep. You
Flight
have to,
certification.
You have to be 107 certified by the FAA.
Right.
And to do that, you have to pass a test, a written test. And then you get
Do
your
what?
10. I said to
Yeah,
do that,
yeah.
you have to pass a written test with the FAA that costs $150, and then if you pass, you get your certification. So let me get this straight. If you've got your 107 and you're doing a flight over the neighborhood taking pictures of the sunset,
Right.
are you flying for hire or hobby? Are you flying
you're not
commercially
gonna
or are
s-
you flying for hobby?
You're flying for hobby if you are not going to be using those in any way, shape, or form in furtherance of business. If you're putting them on your monetized YouTube channel, then yes, you have to be Part 107. But if you're not monetized, you do not, you can
Or
take pictures of.
even if your YouTube channel is monetized, then what? You just can't
Well, if
monetize
it's
that
monetized,
video. You
Do
can
oh,
be
you can't
monetized
monetize
on
that
your
video.
channel.
That's
You
right.
just can't monetize
That's right.
that video.
You can choose not to monetize that video. Yes.
Right.
Then you can fly as a hobbyist, and you fall under the was it 336 or whatever the new rules are, 333.
And so, unless you're posting your videos on your monetized YouTube channel, or you're actually getting paid somehow by someone to do a flight,
Right.
that means unless one of those two things are happening, in other words, you're making money somehow,
Right.
even if you're 107, you're flying as a hobbyist.
Hobbyist, yeah.
Which means that for no reason can you go over 400 feet, even if you're within the range of a building.
Yes. Yeah, as a hobbyist, you cannot go over 400 feet.
And if you determine at the beginning
Full
of that
stop.
flight that you're
Yeah.
flying as a hobbyist, that means you got your 107 may as well be at the house, because now you're flying as a hobbyist. You can't go
Right.
above 400 feet.
Yeah, under no way, shape, or form. As a Part 107, that changes to an extent.
To an extent.
But-
There are some hitches in that get along, but that's true.
Right.
So, as a 107, can I fly above 400 feet? Just because
Yes,
I'm shooting
under
video
certain
of the city?
circumstances. Nope. Nope.
Huh?
You have to be within 400 feet of a building or a structure that you're flying, and you can fly at 400 feet above the height of that structure, as long as you're within 400 feet of that structure.
Okay, but I'm flying as a hobbyist. And I'm
Doesn't
just
matter. If you're
shooting
flying as a
video of the
hobbyist, you can
city.
only fly. Yeah, no. It doesn't matter where you at. You cannot, as a hobbyist, you cannot fly over 400 feet. Period.
Exactly. So,
God, I know too much
And
of this crap. I should have my 107.
and what about over all the city streets?
You mean flying over them?
Well, yeah, if you're flying in the city, you're flying over the streets, right?
Yeah, you can fly over them, providing you're not flying over large crowds or moving vehicles,
Okay,
and
so
over 400 feet.
what major city doesn't have moving vehicles on its streets? Do they close the
None.
streets so that you can fly your drone?
No, they don't.
No. Do they even know you're flying your drone?
Probably.
Probably not.
It depends.
Probably
Probably
not.
not.
Yeah.
You know.
So then if you're going to follow the FAA rules as a responsible hobby flyer, or
Yes.
more responsible 107 certified flyer, why would you fly in the city of a big city if you can't fly over people and traffic or above 400 feet?
Well, there are ways to do that, but
Tell me how.
of course, I'm not. Well, I'm not from a big city, so I can't say. I live in a small town.
Well, okay,
I can
so
fly
you go-
next door. I
so
can
you
fly
go to
next
the
door at
big
my
city.
son's house.
So you go to the big city.
Well,
So how
yeah.
you going to fly there? If you can't fly over
It's-
roads with traffic on them, and you can't fly over people,
with
and you
moving
can't fly-
traffic, you can have. I mean, if
traffic is moving traffic.
for example, yeah, okay. For example, let me give you an example. Let's say I'm up near the zoo in Tulsa, up at I forgot what that
Doesn't matter what it is.
Gilcrease. All right, let's say we're up on Gilcrease
Yeah.
Expressway. Okay, I can fly around the zoo, the park around that zoo, as long as there's no people around there. Which a lot of times, if they're all in the zoo and you're out in the open field there, you can fly there. I can take pictures of the scenery around me, and I don't have to fly over moving vehicles to do that. But as soon as I cross over onto a expressway or onto a street that has busy traffic, in other words, I leave out of the park area, then I am in violation. Like I can fly over here by my son's house. We've got busy streets all the way around it. I can wait if there's no traffic coming. I cross the street with it, and then I can fly above, and I
Okay.
can take a
But you're
panoramic of the
standing
city
on
and
the
the
corner
sunset.
where you're looking at houses. That's a residential area, basically.
Right, right.
Okay. What about, I'm talking about a
But
city, 100-foot tall
downtown,
buildings,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and
There's no way you can do it.
you're standing somewhere in the city or on top of one of those buildings. How
Well,
can
if you're
you,
on
how
top of one
can
of
you
those buildings,
see,
you can only go 300.
how can you see the, the street 2 buildings over if all the buildings are 100 to 200 feet
Right. Well,
high?
you can't. You can't.
Okay. So my question is, how do
Why
you
would you
fly
fly
in
in
the
the city?
city?
I don't know. And I can't answer that because I've never faced that situation. As far as I know, you can't.
Yeah. Can anybody in chat answer that question? How do you fly in a major city during the day, during the night? I don't care when, doesn't matter. Uh, a major city with skyscrapers, 2, 3, 400 foot tall. How do you fly there without breaking every rule in the book, or at least 2 or 3 of them? How do you do that? Can somebody in chat answer that question? And while we're waiting to see if anybody answers it, let's move on to the next question.
Okay.
Get
Drone Shot
permission,
says
really.
get
So who do you
permission
get permission from, Jody? Who do you get permission from? You get in your car and you drive your butt somewhere you can fly and put your bird up. It's quiet and simple. Oh, it's quite simple. Oh, yeah,
Quite
that's
simple.
a good answer,
Yeah.
too. So,
That is a good answer. That's probably.
okay.
Rick Halber says FAA.
Okay, so you can get permission from the FAA to fly over people in traffic. Probably.
Probably.
Maybe if your drone has a parachute, you can get it a waiver to fly
Yeah.
over people.
I think that's kind of a gray area, isn't it? I mean,
Nope.
because I've heard this argument on many, and not being
There's
107 myself, I don't know.
As far as I'm concerned, the rule says you can't fly over people. That leaves no gray area.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if your aircraft is equipped with a parachute that's approved by the FAA and you have it set up to function so that in case your drone goes down, if a battery fails or something else goes wrong, the parachute deploys and your drone floats to the ground at 5 miles an hour instead of 500.
Right.
You might be able to get a waiver to fly over people from the FAA.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are testing that exact thing right now, in fact.
Yeah, I
So-
know they are. I think Kelly Shores did a test on that on one, and I
Yeah,
think
there's
it was,
been a couple of them do.
Yeah, it didn't fare well. The drone didn't do as well as didn't do as well as it should.
Right. So now, let's get back to the altitude thing just a little bit.
Okay.
Dustin did a test, deployed like 10 feet off the ground from 400 feet. Oh, the parachute deployed
Oh.
at 10 feet off the ground and the
10
drone
feet
fell
off the
from
ground, it fell from 400 feet. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Hello, Nabul. So now let's talk about altitude some more.
Right.
If you can't fly more than 400 feet as a hobby flyer, and
Right.
you're doing a general video over major city, you're probably breaking 1 or 2 rules already just by flying
Right.
there. And you're going to put it on your monetized channel, which means unless you don't monetize that video, you have to have your 107. That way you're not breaking
Yeah.
that rule too.
Yeah.
But then a lot of drones have a return to home feature
Yes.
that you can activate manually or
Right.
autonomously if the drone loses signal with the controller, right?
Yes.
So what do
Yeah.
you set? What do you set your return to home height for your fail-safe return to home?
Well, you got two
What do you
choices.
set that at?
You set it at, if you're in a city like ours that has small buildings, you set it at, a safe distance above those buildings. Otherwise, you cannot go any higher than 400 feet.
Which is in the app for DJI is 120 meters, right?
Right. Yeah.
So 120 meters. So if you're setting your return to home height at something higher than 120 meters, then
You are in
chances are
violation.
your drone is going to go something higher than 400 feet on its route to return to home.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, it will.
Hmm. So is it okay to condone that stuff?
No,
Now,
absolutely not.
I know Ken Herron recently over in Jersey somewhere last year, Christmas, whatever, sometime he was up there, crashed into the side of a great big old building.
Yes, he did.
And that's because
And
he didn't reset his return to home height.
returned to home high enough, yes.
But they were
But
taken off
he
from
was
the top of a parking structure, so they were already
right.
X number of feet above the ground.
Yeah, yeah,
So if you're in a 100-foot tall parking structure and you're on top of it, and it's vacant, it's a weekend or Sunday evening or whatever,
right.
and there's nobody there. Are you leaving already, Rodney? Well, good evening to you. Thanks for stopping in.
Good night, Rodney. Wow.
If you take off from a building that's 100 feet high, your drone sets its return to home altitude at that level. So it thinks it's at 0 feet high. You're allowed to fly 400 feet. So you take it up to 400 feet and you take out across the beach. Now where are you at? Now you're 500 feet in the air, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all of these things are just things that I wanted to go over with and share with everybody to think about when you're flying.
Yeah.
Pay attention to where you're at. If you're flying in the city, to me,
Make sure.
you can't do it because there's no way you can fly a reasonable flight path in a major city and not be flying over traffic. Hello, T-Bird, welcome. I just don't see how it can be done.
Yeah, I don't either.
So you've got that, then plus you've got the people that are walking on the streets and sidewalks and so
Right.
forth. So you're flying over traffic and people.
Yeah,
And if your
'cause-
return to home height is more than 120 meters, then you're flying above 400 feet above ground level.
Right.
And if you take off from a building that's 200 feet high and you're allowed to go 400 feet, well, that means you can only go 200 more feet because the minute you leave that building, you're 200 feet above ground level.
Yes, absolutely.
Already.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So it just, I don't know. I think people that do that
Well-
and claim to be responsible 107 certified pilots
They
have
should
what
have their
I
license
call-
pulled.
Well, that's what I call an ID10T error. You know, they just,
Yeah.
it just doesn't make sense. And I don't see how you can do it safely or legally without breaking a bunch of the rules. But
Well, you can't. I mean, 400 feet is 400 feet. 120 meters is 120 meters. And, there's just no way.
you take off
Yeah,
from a parking
you
garage,
can-
the city is
yeah,
always
Jody,
dead, hardly
yeah.
no cars and no people. Hardly
Right.
no cars or people.
Well, if you're going to be flying, okay.
If you're flying
If you're
over
gonna-
if you're flying over traffic over roads, you're breaking the rules. Period. Not hardly breaking the rules or kind of, bending them a little bit. If you're flying over traffic,
if he doesn't fly over them, Now here's this. Here, that's the distinction. He says right there, "I don't fly over them." What he's saying is there's hardly any people or traffic on the roads when he flies, and he makes it a point not to fly over them. In
Well,
that
then that's a
case,
different
it can be
story.
done. That's what he was trying to say, Mel.
Okay,
But
so
those people,
how do you
but
see
those
how do you see
people,
the traffic 6 blocks away?
well, first off, 6 blocks is probably going to be outside of your, in a city is going to be outside of your line of sight anyways. You have also got to keep in mind line of sight. That's the other
That's
rule.
the other
Line
rule
of
you got to
sight can
keep
only
in
be
mind
50
of.
feet. Line of sight might only be 50 feet if it's a 50-foot, if the
Hello,
building next to
Nacho.
you is 50 foot away and you're around it,
Yep,
Yeah.
that's very
So,
true. And
and
that
I'm sure
brings up
Jody's the kind
another
of pilot,
that brings up
he's the
another
kind of
kind of
pilot that's going to keep it
problem.
in line of sight.
That
Right.
brings up another kind of problem. You get a big building
Signal
between you and
interference.
your drone, guess what?
Signal interference. Yeah.
You're
And
probably going
line
to
of
lose
sight.
signal. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So you're going to
So,
have a return to home, and it's going to smack the side of the building because you didn't set your. Uh, yeah, even at the car show downtown, he parks over where there's no people. Yeah, I mean you can fly in those areas, providing you are keeping an eye on the fact that you aren't flying over people.
yep.
That's the rule. It's the ones that fly regardless and don't seem to care whether they fly over people or not because, oh, that's a gray rule. I'm just a hobbyist. What does anybody care? They'll care as soon as that thing falls out of the sky and hits somebody in the head and kills them, and then they're in jail for manslaughter.
Or a bird attacks it,
Or a bird attacks it.
you know.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, there's a person in here which I will have a video tomorrow that shows exactly how quick it is for something to happen. Uh, uh, a
Yep.
battery going bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
They fall quick.
Th-
You know.
There's all kinds of things that can go wrong.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so my question still stands, and haven't seen a logical, reasonable answer yet. How can you fly
No, it's not you, Nacho.
over a major city?
Well, yeah.
And there's the other thing. And Dan made a point earlier. The FAA does not have the manpower to police this.
Right.
The
Yeah.
local police department does not have the manpower
Have
to
the
police
manpower.
this.
Right.
The only way you're going to have a problem is if somebody calls the police, and then they have to
Right.
investigate because they were called. So,
Yeah. And
yeah.
here's the thing: as a hobbyist, as a drone, we as a drone community need to police ourselves, because if
Exactly.
we police ourselves, then we don't have to worry about them giving more rules that we got to put up with.
And so we need to
'Cause
talk
the
about
more,
this stuff once in a while and keep it up front,
yeah,
you
we
know?
do. Yeah, keep it real.
So, anyway, hello, Bob Casey, and hello, Tim Reddington. So, anyway,
And
we'll leave that
no,
dog
not
sleep there for a little while.
yeah, yeah. Because I'm like you. I heard something that brought this to the forefront to me, especially about the height of the building. I'm going, huh?
Yeah.
It was one of those where you go, what?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I
And
understand what
go,
you're saying.
it was a definite WTF moment there, and you go,
Yep. ID 10T
I mean,
error.
yeah, exactly. And
And
or
if,
as we
if
used to
people
like
in
to call it
chat
in the Air
haven't
Force, the
seen
short
what I'm
between the
saying
headsets.
yet, here's I'm going to type it in chat, and y'all can see what I'm talking about when I say ID 10T error. That's exactly what I mean, ID 10T error.
Yeah.
A guy by me does videos flying through major city all the time. I still don't know how it's legal. Well, if he's in the United States, it's probably not. But,
Yeah, and
you know.
Nacho is in the U.S. I think, aren't you, Nacho?
Yeah, Mike, that's true. City permit should make no difference. They don't control the airspace. But if you get Lance authorization, then yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, if you get,
you can do
and you
that.
can ask for that. You know, they can give you a permit. I don't know if the Lance is only for temporary flight restrictions or for flight restrictions, or well, that's a flight restriction because you're not supposed to fly over people and moving vehicles. So I guess you could
Lance is
apply for that.
it's the new
You know,
waiver system. It's the
yes, yeah, I know it's a new waiver system. I'm
waiver
just
on the
trying to
go.
think.
Yeah. So
Does flying over people and moving vehicles, you would have to have
you'd have to
permission.
have a
You'd have to
waiver for
have
flying over. Yeah.
authorization. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and it only allows, you have to, you still have
It
to
allows you
follow
to
all
fly
the
in
rest of the
certain
rules.
areas.
Right.
Right. It
So
allows you to fly in certain areas, but not break the rules. The other rules. Yeah. Okay. That's what I
yeah.
thought.
So in other words, if you get Lance approval to fly 15 square city blocks in Dallas, Texas, which is pretty close to the DFW airport, by the way.
Yeah.
If you get Lance approval to do that, they're going to limit you to 100 feet above ground level, 150 feet, 200 feet, whatever it is. The 400 foot's
Right.
not even going to come into play. So if you
Yes,
if
yeah.
you use that system and you
It's
get
an airspace
authorization to
waiver.
fly somewhere, you're going to end up having to stay within those rules. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. It's an airspace waiver, but it's not a waiver from all the rest of the other
yeah,
250,000 rules they've got for us, you
yeah,
know? And when idiots go out and talk about doing something, people with IT, the ID10T error, talk about breaking those rules, and they're supposed to be, yeah, no, not acceptable. And we need to call them to task on that. End
I
of
agree.
conversation.
I think people should.
You know,
I think everybody should just pay attention and
because we
when
got to police ourselves. Because
we
and
have to.
I'm a hobbyist, and
And I don't
yeah,
want more regulations.
no, exactly. And unfortunately, it's the hobbyist. A lot of the hobbyists thought, well, we can get by with that. That doesn't apply to us. I'm not licensed, and that's what created more rules.
I
Because at
flew
one
with
point or
a
another, we were all.
I flew
Do
with a
it.
guy out in California that said that the 400-foot level was a suggestion. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you talking to me about that, and I
Remember
said,
when I
I don't
told you
think
about that?
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you told me about that
But
guy, and he was
anyway,
Part 107 certified.
yep. Supposedly, but it had expired. But
Yeah.
still, he should have known the rules because he was certified.
Right.
So anyway, we have killed.
Rest yourself all the time.
Yeah.
Nacho says he rests himself all the time.
We have
Yeah.
killed almost
That's
the
just because you like to
entire
be in
show
handcuffs.
talking about FAA regulations.
Yeah. We
That
got other
sucks.
things.
We got other stuff to talk
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, we need to move along.
Don't we have? I do. I have to move along. And in fact,
Yeah.
what I'm going to do, guys, is I've never been over 400 feet, and yes, I do like handcuffs.
That's what I said. He likes handcuffs. That's why he keeps arresting himself.
Yep. All right. That's just, yeah, that's just.
Yeah, and hobby exploration obsession is right. They are going to start testing the hobby flyers too. We're going to have to take at least an online test of some sort.
There'll probably be something
know?
sooner or later. Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
But anyway, fluffy handcuffs.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do now, Lloyd? This,
gonna
everybody's here.
do?
You know why people are here?
Well,
How many
I have
people
an
are
idea.
in? How
They're
many
probably
people
here.
are watching the stream? Just 28. That kind of surprises me. I thought we'd have more than that watching.
Well, I was hoping you would.
I'm a
but-
little bit disappointed in that number, but nonetheless, the number is what it is. So
Yes,
you know
it
what we're
is.
going to talk about now?
What are we going to talk about? Are we going to do something special tonight?
We're going to do something special tonight. I've got pieces and boxes that we have to have a drawing for tonight. You remember when I put up this video right here? Let me see if I can hit the right button. Nope, wrong button. Wrong button. How about that
That's
button?
definitely not it.
This video right here. Remember this video? Hey everybody, Mel here, 400 AGL. As you know, I recently reached 1,000 subscribers. And because of all of you fine people being subscribers to my channel, I've been preaching for 6 months that I'd give away a Zhiyun Smooth Q gimbal when I reach 1,000 subscribers. That number has come and gone. So it is time for me to make this video. So it is time for me to make this video about giving away the Smooth Q gimbal. So it is time for me to make this video about giving away the Smooth Q. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're not going to play the whole video out, right? We're just going to stop it right there.
Cannon needs to go off.
Cannon needs to go off. Wow, $5 super chat. Apparently I didn't miss this $5. I just found it. Oh, well, thank you, Dan. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you. Okay, so back to the video thing right quick. Let's just do a giving away like that. A Smooth Q gimbal. We have to pause it again because I've got it set to automatically play with the transition, right?
Right? Yeah.
So now what I'm going to do is look at my notepad over here, because now I have a notepad just like Lloyd had, right? So I've got to go over here and I've got to hit button number 9 so that I can bring up the share screen. And that's the video right there that aired a week ago for the drawing for my 1,000 subscriber grand prize giveaway. And it's got the instructions and what you have to do to win and how you qualify, etc., etc. I want everybody to pay close attention to this part right there. Now, I know you can't see it, but I know it's in the notes on the video, so I know you probably read it.
Right.
You have to comment on that video, I wish I was smooth. And you have to, if your comment's chosen and you're the winner, you have to send a screenshot with your email to me showing that you're subscribed to my channel. Those two things have to happen, or should have had to happen, for anybody to be able to be eligible to win. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the link from that video, I'm going to copy it, right? And I'm going to paste it right here in the official YouTube Google comment picker. And I'm going to filter out duplicate comments. And I'm going to get the comments right there. How many we got? Does it tell us how many there are?
It should. Looks like 81 right down there next to the comments.
81 unique comments. Okay, so now, right here, it's time. We're gonna shuffle the comments, and we're gonna see who wins. I wonder what happens if I do this, then move the. I guess I can't do it that way. Move that over there.
Yeah.
I guess the only
Because it'll
other
bring
way,
it right underneath that. So yeah.
The only other way I can do that is go like this a little bit, and maybe.
Well, it's fine.
Maybe bring it in
There you
just a
go.
little bit more like that.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah. There you go.
Bring this up just a hair, because I want everybody to be able to see it really good.
Oh, it's showing up good.
Is it showing up good?
Yeah, no, it's showing up good.
Are
Yeah,
we ready
it's
to?
good.
Are
I'm
we ready
watching.
to run the raffle?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's
Yeah?
let it. Yes.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna push the button. Good luck to everyone that entered and commented on this video. Craig Yarker.
Yarker.
He commented, I
Otherwise
wish I was
known-
smooth. Otherwise known.
as Mad Kiwi.
Mad Kiwi, is Craig Yarker Mad
That's
Kiwi?
yep, yep.
Well,
Because I'm always calling, I'm always calling T-Bird 6, whose name is Glenn, by the way. Uh, I'm always calling him Craig. They're
Oh,
both from down under. I get confused.
oh,
I'm old.
of course. Yeah, down under. Yeah, no
Yeah.
doubt. I gotta
Except
send
one's
this
from
thing to
Australia, one's from
Australia.
New Zealand.
Good Lord Almighty.
Yes. Yeah, Mad Kiwi. You got to send it to New Zealand, so that's even further south.
Well, maybe I can just put it on a pigeon.
You could give him a virtual smooth Q. But I distinctly remember you saying last week you would send it anywhere.
And I did, and I put that in the video too, that I would send it
Yes.
anywhere. So,
Craig is a nice guy. He's
Craig
a big
Yarker.
supporter of us. Yeah.
As per the rules, and I know you're already a subscriber, but I still need that screenshot. And did I don't think I put my email on that video, did I?
I don't know if you
I
did.
thought I did. But
Is he in here tonight?
I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
Thunderbird's
I
here.
got to push button number 1. Okay.
Right.
And I saw Kiwi in here earlier.
Was he
Oh,
in
he
here
left.
earlier?
He had wife duties.
Had lawns to mow and wife needs had to be. Oh, man. He just
Yep.
missed out on that, too. Son of a gun. We should have done that earlier. Well,
That's
he may
all
be
right.
on my show tomorrow night.
He'll catch it.
We'll let him know.
So here's what we'll do is, just in case he comes back and watches this replay, I'm going to put my email, 400agl.net@gmail.com. There's the email. Yeah, Jody, I'll definitely look at that possibility.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that comes with, now, don't forget, y'all, you also get the adapter plate to hold a action camera in that gimbal. Look at there, Lloyd. We got another super chat. By golly, look at that.
Yes, we do.
Man,
I just
I'll tell you what. So, congratulations to Mad Kiwi, and to help him
Craig
get to
Yarker.
it. Thank you, Rick. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. There went all your super chats tonight. They're going
And
to pay
last
for postage.
and last week and next
Last
week.
week's too.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
that's funny.
Yeah.
So anyway, there you go. But he has until, now let me go back over. Let me see here. I need to actually switch that back to that screen, because right there in those rules, it clearly says, if your comment is chosen to be the winner, you'll have until midnight 9/9 to email me with your personal mailing address, etc., etc., etc. So, Lloyd, I
Well.
don't have your mic hot when I do that, so I have to switch it back.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, and now I can switch back because we have another super chat from Rick Halber. Oh my goodness!
okay.
Thank you, Rick.
Oops. I just did what I told you not to do. I just
What did
clicked
you
the
do?
0. I was going to do that. Instead, I typed a 0 in the chat because I had it popped up.
Okay. All right. Well.
Yeah.
Did you have
Is that New
anything else?
Zealand time zone and date? No, it would be our time because,
Yeah, based on this show.
it's already happened. It's already happened there because that's only 24 hours. So if you guys see him in any of the live streams, let him know that he won and to go read the rules to make sure
Or if anybody can email him or call him or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Facebook, call him, anything. Whoever, anybody that
Yeah.
can get a hold of him. I don't know. I don't have
Yeah.
him on Facebook or anything, so I can't do that.
I don't know if I
But,
do or not.
And 9/9 is Jody's birthday, apparently. So Jody's got a
well,
birthday
happy
coming up
birthday.
tomorrow. Happy birthday tomorrow, Jody.
All right.
And Sonare's was yesterday.
And happy
Something
birthday
went
to
wrong
her,
with
too.
the chat. Was $20, but $2 keeps coming up. Wow. Are you sure it's got the extra zero in there, Rick? Maybe. That's interesting. Somebody else was saying last night. What's tonight? Sunday? No, Thursday night on Ken's show. People were complaining that the wrong dollar amount was showing up. So.
Yeah, that was happening. Hey, Mel, we got I'm going to step back for a second. I need to run in there, and I'll be right back, okay?
Okay. All right, that's fine. So, anyway, yeah, it looks like, let's see. I want to read this. Mike B says, Rick, try 200 and see if it goes for 20. Yeah, Rick, try 200, see if it goes for 20. That's a good one. Anyway, I was saying Sonari had her birthday yesterday. He'll be headed to Discord. Good stream. Yeah. Oh, you'll be headed to Discord. Okay, Dan. Perfect. Hey, what happened to the dinghy? Or is this a different channel? Because I kind of like you having that dinghy on the end of your name there. That was kind of cool, because I came up with that. But anyway, yeah, it's got to be the dinghy thing, right? And happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. He lost his dinghy. No, he lost a drone. He's got the dinghy. Oh, you change it every 5 or 6 months. Okay. Kind of like your underwear then. It did it with, on Kelly's show. Okay, maybe that's where I saw it. I knew somebody was having trouble with that somewhere. Dan stole your wrench, Mike. Yep, that's what happened to it. Dan stole it. So, anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I really had going on for the show tonight. I wanted to talk about FAA rules, just kind of visit about that a little bit with everybody. Make sure everybody stays on the right page and make sure we all work together. And playing dodgeball with a bunch of 8-year-olds, gave up throwing the ball, started chucking wrenches. Oh, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. That's right. That's exactly right. And it looks like we got Lloyd back, so I'm going to go back to this shot here. Well, now I got to remember that I got to click on the main program window to get all this stuff to work there. That needs to just function by default. That ain't fair.
Yeah,
See, you told me all the information to help set that up, but you didn't tell me the one key thing.
I forgot.
That window has to be live in order for it to work.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta click on your vMix window.
So
otherwise, you type a bunch of numbers somewhere else.
Yeah, nowhere maybe if you're not clicked on the chat at least.
Right.
So
yeah.
Mad Kiwi apparently, Craig Yarker. Congratulations. You're the winner of the 1,000 subscriber giveaway for 400 AGL channel. In other words, me.
Right. Yeah.
And I hope you catch this on a live stream so you get to see all the hoopla. Hello, Victorian. Welcome.
Aerial Vision. Another one from down under, I believe.
Did you have anything you wanted to add in tonight, Lloyd? Special?
God, no. We covered everything we talked about. Of course, my show's tomorrow night at
Right?
7 o'clock, and I have a video that I'm working on. Actually, somebody else's video. I'm gonna do a Ken Heron. I'm going to enhance it.
Oh, okay. All right. That'll be cool. Uh,
Yeah.
T-Bird, the you talking about the mobile command center? That thing's history. It's been history for months. Long gone. Good night,
Oh, he's
Sonari.
wanting you to give that away. Yeah, the mobile command center. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yep, that's
yeah,
long gone. Been gone for months.
yeah. He goes
Yeah.
bugger.
So nothing else, Lloyd? That's all you got?
That's it, man. I'm was there something special I was supposed to remember that I forgot?
Uh,
Which is
probably, but
possible.
you
Yeah,
know,
you can't remember either.
I mean
Yeah.
that's
No,
the reason
just
I ask you to remember stuff so that I don't have to.
well, I did take some notes on some videos you wanted me to look at, and
Uh-huh.
if anybody figures out what videos we were talking about, it's at 5 minutes and 33 seconds. Is where that uh, discussion of rule breaking happens.
Yeah,
So
yeah, there's a lot of guys that do that stuff. So,
yeah, but they remember
you
the
want you
most
want
current one.
I want you to
That's where they
ship
can.
that sucker. Oh, you wanted me to ship the mobile command center? No, I'd throw a match in it
Right.
first. So, command the show's about to end. Yeah,
Unfortunately,
Victoria, and that's about
Victorian.
right.
Yeah,
Yep, that's
yeah.
about right. Uh, so anyway,
You're like
guys,
me, a day late and a dollar short.
I appreciate the super chats coming in tonight. That was really cool. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, Rick, very much. And
Yes.
Roosevelt, Fly Natural. That the only ones we got? I think so. Uh,
Yeah, Rick and Roosevelt. And
yep.
yeah, guys, that's appreciated. Just when you're out there, just use common sense, fly by the rules. Even as a hobbyist, there's no excuse for you not knowing what the rules are. I'm a hobbyist. I'm not even a drone guy. I'm just a vlogger, and I
Just
pretty
remember,
well
you're in
know the
front of the
rules.
public eye, and we get enough black
Yeah,
eyes
you
as it
represent the
is.
drone people.
That's right. You know.
That's the whole thing. Thanks, Chris Hope. That's what I wanted to do. Chris, thank you for always posting stuff in the chat, the links to the different GoFundMe's, to Mel's
and
stuff.
spin
He's
up,
also
and
putting
yep.
up the spin up, which I had Kelly Shores on my show Monday. That was a real pleasure having him on, and we got to talk about spin up. So guys, don't forget spin up October 19th. Is that correct,
Yep.
Mel? Okay, October 19th.
That's a
And
Saturday.
we
And
Saturday,
the
yeah.
website has all the information. You can sign up, get your tickets, get your hotel reservations, the whole 9 yards.
You said it right there, Victorian aerial image, aerial vision. Fly smart, not stupid.
That's
Because
exactly
the
right.
dumber you fly, the more rules we're going to have to put up with. Uh,
Yeah, he's a flyer, all right.
yeah,
Yeah, if you notice the hashtags on tonight's video, guys, on tonight's stream, the hashtags will say fly right. Hashtag fly
yes,
right.
yeah,
So let's try
yeah,
to
and
get that
that's
going. Hashtag fly right.
yeah, that's it. I'll remember to put that in mind too, in my description. Do you put that before or do you put that in the description, or do you put it in the title?
In the description at the very bottom, that's the last thing you put in.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
okay,
And I'm
excellent.
going
So
to do a screen capture of Craig Yarker winning, just so that doesn't get taken away from me somehow. Good night, bro. Appreciate you coming in. Ken Dono.
yeah, Jeff. Yeah, 7 o'clock Central Time, U.S. So, yeah, I'd like to see you in there too. And
That would be interesting, Ken. I'd like to learn how to do that. I don't know. I don't understand it, in other words. So I'm asking, How can you do that without flying over traffic or people or too high or some other rule? So yeah, feel free. No,
Yeah.
I've never flown in a big city. I've flown in small towns, but not big cities. And I'm usually flying in a park or something like that, you know. So, yeah, in a big major city, Dallas, Chicago, Los Angeles, no, I've never flown actually in a city like that.
Yeah. I
And
thank
that's
God
the
I
honest
don't
truth.
live in a big city. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even live near one. So, yeah. The closest thing I've flown to a big city, I guess, would be Nashville. And I was flying around the stadium over there, which is just outside the edge of the TCA for Nashville Airport, for BNA Airport. So, and there I was flying over the Cumberland River. I wasn't flying over the buildings and skyscrapers and all that. So, I don't know. So, yeah, but I wasn't flying in the city. I was flying over the river next to the city. So, that's what I just don't understand. I don't know how you can do that without breaking the rules. So, thank you, Ken, for chiming in on that. In fact, if you want to join us and explain it, that'd be cool too. But otherwise, I'll be looking forward to your video
Seeing your videos.
Clearly don't understand the rules. I don't understand the rules. That would be interesting.
Yeah, it's always nice to hear from the young'uns, especially Junior.
I'm waiting, Ken. I'm waiting for the next comment there, unless you want to come in and visit.
Yeah.
And I got a mosquito in the house. Don't know how he got
Uh-oh.
in here.
You still fighting those things?
Yeah. You're saying that flying in a city is illegal. No, I didn't say flying in a city is illegal. I did not say that.
Never
My
said
question
that.
was, how do you fly in a major city without flying over traffic and people and above 400 feet and all of that stuff that you're not supposed to do? And I wasn't saying you can't do it. I'm just saying, how do you do it? It was all in the form of
that was his question.
How do you do this? I'm going to get that mosquito yet. Maybe I won't. Hello, Ron. Thumbs up.
Thanks, Ron. We appreciate it.
Ron.
Yeah.
Talk to you soon.
Drone Shot said send Ken a link.
We can do that. If he hasn't said he would come in and explain it yet. But it'd be interesting. Flying in a city doesn't mean you're over people. There are buildings and etc. True. But how do you fly across all these buildings and around without staying over the top of one single building? I mean, I get that, but how do you do that without flying over traffic or people? Because if your drone is 3-4 blocks away, you can't see what traffic is on the ground. There's buildings in the way.
Yeah. Line of sight.
So I don't get it.
And that was your question initially. That's what you posed as a question initially.
Yeah, how do you do this? But anyway, okay, now I'm just going to get insulted and say, Jan, really? And really?
Okay.
I thought better of that, but oh well.
Yeah, well, I didn't.
That's kind of disappointing. Do me a favor and donate your drones. Really? Is that right? Wow.
Oh, come on. Really?
Okay.
Jeez. Grow up.
Interesting. Can't you look down the streets through the drone's camera, check for traffic? Maybe. Maybe that's how you do it. I've not taken a single shot at anybody. I've not mentioned any names. I've not said anything about anybody in particular. I'm asking, we're talking about FAA rules, and I'm asking, how do you do these things? How do you do something over 400 feet if you're not flying? Okay.
Okay, whatever.
That's what you want to deduce. If that's how you want to read it, then you're more than welcome. I mean, I can't make you think anything, you know.
Good night, Nabul. You have a good one, and thanks for joining us here.
All the way from France. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. He does videos of the Riviera and stuff like that.
Very cool.
All right.
Well, you know what? We're over an hour. And
yeah, we've gone over an hour, and obviously it's got to the name-calling stage of this conversation, so...
yeah, you're allowed 400 feet over a structure if you're within 400 feet of that structure. I get it.
And you're flying as Part 107 if you're doing it as a hobbyist. Let's see. That's, you have to be within 400 feet. Even I know that, but that wasn't part of that discussion anyways. Well, it was, but it was in reference to something else, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming in. I'm sure we can beat this dead horse for another half an hour, but exactly, you're not hobbyist. That was another point made.
Right, exactly. And
yeah,
nobody said nothing about that, Ken.
I just did a minute ago. I said if they were flying it as hobbyists just for fun, they can qualify as a hobbyist because we discussed that.
Well, sure.
Good night, Ronnie B. Thanks.
And if they put it on a monetized YouTube channel, then it's not hobbyist anymore. Because it's monetized. Yeah,
hence the
I get
allowance.
that. I understand that.
We understand that. Yes.
But anyway.
But under the hobbyist rules, you cannot fly over 400 feet, period.
So.
Lastly, prove. Prove what? It's not the point whether you can prove somebody's beneath you or not. It's the fact that, you do stuff like that.
He's talking about prove that there's nobody under the drone where you're flying, I think is what he means.
Right.
That's why Casey Neistat was never prosecuted. I get that.
So you're going to use him as your shining example of furthering. He's not even a droner. He's just a.
But I get that.
Commentator at best.
It's like how. So I'm it's living gray. Well, that's kind of true. It is kind of gray area, Ken, which is why I was asking, how do you do this and not break rules? So anyway.
But yeah.
Came in way too late in the discussion. We're way past that, man. We've had a giveaway and everything.
You should have brought that up in the beginning instead of,
anyway,
lurking back there. But anyway, it's time to go. Well, wait for his next video. It ought to be a good one.
I'm gonna put the show thing that you close out with, and
only illegal if you get caught. Yeah, right. It doesn't make killing your wife legal because you didn't get caught, It's still illegal. You just ain't got caught,
That was funny.
Yeah, it was.
Not one
Good for you.
Got it. Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. And again, congratulations to Mad Kiwi Craig Yarker for the win tonight. And we'll see y'all next week. And all right, everybody. Thank you again so much for being part of the show. I really, really do appreciate everybody coming in. And I really mean that. I appreciate everybody coming in and the camaraderie and the conversation and all the input and the participation. I really do appreciate it. Lloyd, thank you for being there again tonight. I appreciate you.
I appreciate it. Always a pleasure.
And good night, everybody. We'll see you later.
Good night, guys.